Good afternoon, guys, or evening, guys and gals. Today we're going to do some Tinkercad tutorials. We're just going to go through some basic Tinkercad settings and how to get through Tinkercad. It's going to be very basic, but hopefully you guys learned something from it. So the first thing you want to do is go to Create and then hit 3D Design. Then this will come up, and that is your plate, which is where you build and make things. So first thing you want to do is get a shape. You pick the shape you want. We're going to go with this cylinder. Move that over there. And then to view it, you come up to this box up here. You want to see it top view. You do that. But then you can go over here and hold the left mouse button down, and you can rotate it manually. And if you need to snap back to a view, go ahead and click on here. So that's the basics of it. And then you right click to grab it, move it around. This little triangle here will elevate it up and down. These boxes are the dimensions. You can use that to stretch it out, or you can go ahead and type in your number, or you can go with 50. And that makes it where you want the corners, how you want them. And this is for the height. We'll make that at 52. And you move it around. And to rotate it, you grab this little triangle here and you rotate it to the degrees you want. 90, 180, things of that nature. It's pretty basic. So that's how you do the basic movement in Tinkercad. And as we go through this, we'll definitely reiterate that. So another basic thing is if you want to copy it, click on it, come up to here, it says duplicate and repeat. Click that, and it'll move it. Or make a new one, and you can move it to where you want. You could do all kinds of neat things. Bring it up, and then duplicate. Brings it over, move it where you want, position them how you want. Sometimes you have to zoom in and out. That's using the wheel on your mouse. So what we're going to do is we're going to make like a Y. This is just a basic move it where you want. And to move it in small increments, you can use your keys on your keyboard, the arrow keys, and those will move it left and right, forward and back, all the basic movements. Then if you want to align it, you highlight them all, hit the L key, and you'll get these dots. So these, and it shows you a little outline of where it's going to go. So these dots will line them all up horizontally, and this will line them all up vertically. And then if you want to line them all up to the middle, the top, that's how you do that. Once again, that's highlight all your items, hit the L button, and use your dots to line it up the way you want. And say you want to undo a prop or undo a movement, go ahead and hit this back button up here. It's labeled undo. And go back as far as you want. Or if you go back too far and you want to go forward, do the opposite. And then this trash can is to trash an item. Say you don't want it anymore. And this is to copy. Those are all the pretty much the basic ones. If you want to create a hole in an item, I'll show you how to do that. So get your item to the size you need. We'll do 60. 60. Oh. And then you take one that is not filled in. That's a hole. You can also change your item that you have up there into a hole. So then you take your, what I like to do is use my line up tool, line everything up. Now you know that's aligned, and you use that arrow, put that where you want. Obviously we have to make this a little bigger to make the hole all the way through. And then to make the hole in the solid, you hold down the right mouse button and highlight it, and then go to this arrow here and group. And there the hole forms. And say you didn't want that, you highlight again, go to ungroup. But we do want the hole. And say you want to join items, you grab your item, say you want that hanging off the side there. Go ahead and get it where you want it. Highlight it and group. Now that all becomes one piece. And then let's see what else we got here. There's a lot you can do with this with Tinkercad. It's a very simple, easy to use, but useful program. So say you want to copy an exact mirror of this. You can go up here and hit mirror and use the arrows to align your new piece. You go duplicate, mirror, use your arrows, and now you have a perfect mirror of that piece. Say you want to join the pieces, once again, excuse me, highlight them and hit G. So we're going to do, we're going to do a basic little project so you can see all these put together. We'll just make a we'll just make a personal container. Real simple. Okay, start out with a clean slate. And then first thing you want to do is get a cylinder. Put in the workspace and go by your dimensions of how big you want it. You may have to zoom in before you can get these squares. Click on the squares. Let's go with 40 by 40. And this is going to be the lid, so you want it fairly thin. Let's go with 4 millimeters. Okay, and then we're going to add a little locking tab on it. So what I would do for that is I like to use the sketch. So I'll go ahead and sketch my piece. It's basically like graph paper. So you do that, then you can come over here and I made a boo-boo. Everybody can make boo-boos, right? So go ahead and start over. And then grab your middle. And you can... made a boo-boo again. We'll just make a triangular, semi-triangular tab. I like to use these little dots to kind of get it where I want it. And then when you're done, hit Finish Sketch, and there's the tab. Bring it over. So we had the disc at 4. We would want this at about a 2. That way it's a little thinner. Then you can expand this. You want to expand this and expand that. Get it to fit how you want. And then just line it up. This we can have inside a little bit. That looks okay to me. Then we go ahead and highlight them, then group them, and there you go. And you can inspect. So this will be the lid with the tab. And then, so we know this is 4 millimeters, the height of it, and the diameter is about 40. So I will go and take my hole, use my line up tool or alignment tool, align it, and you want it slightly smaller because this will be the we're going to put a divot in here so that the bottom of this will fit into there. This is the lid, and there will be an empty cylinder, so it's a little container. It'll make sense in a moment. So we know this is at 40. We'll bring this back to 40 so that it's kind of even. So then the hole, we would want to make that at about 38, 2 millimeters less. And a lot of this, you'll play with it until you get it to where you want it to be. Double check that. That's 40. That's 38. Let's line them up. Go ahead and play with them until you get them to where you want them. We'll kind of get that in the middle. And we know this is 4 millimeters high, so we want this, let's say 2 millimeters. And then you can change this into a hole so you can see inside and see where this lines up. And then go back to that and make it a solid. Line that up. And see how this is up a bit higher. That's okay, because we're trying to create a recess there that we'll put the bottom part of the container into. You go ahead and highlight them all and group. And now you have a hole in there. Actually, I'll go back and notate what the diameter of the divot you're putting in there. So the diameter of this whole piece is going to be the diameter of your cylinder. So that is 38. And we'll make the diameter of this 38. And this is 38 as well. And the length of the bottom part of this container will not matter. So you can make it as long or as short as you want. We're going to go with the long one. So now we can combine these. Move that to the side for a moment. And we know this is 38. It will fit. This will fit into that divot. So to test it, you can go ahead and highlight them both. Hit the L key. Use your dots to line them up. And as you can see, it fits in there. You might have to dance it around a little. And you'll see it fits in there. So that cylinder you can make that as deep or as shallow as you want. We're going to go a little deep with it. Move that over there. And so now we know this is 38. We're going to grab another cylinder hole, put that at about, let's say 36. And then we'll highlight these two. Actually, first thing I want to do is make the hole high. I always make the hole higher than the piece I want to put it in. This way it's a little bit easier when I do the alignment to see what's what. So let's get these aligned. And as you can see, it lines it up in the middle. You have this 2 millimeters around it. And then if you want to see how deep that hole is, go ahead and make the outside a hole so you can see what's going on inside. You can also make the part that's going to be a hole into a solid so you can get a little bit better of a view. And now you see where it's going, how deep the hole will be in this cylinder. So then you go ahead and make the outside a solid, and the inside a hole. Highlight them both, and then you group, and there you go. That is ready for printing. You can always line them up. You see they fit, and then you can take this and rotate it to 180, and you see they fit. Go ahead and move that. So now you have a top of a lid and a container. In another tutorial we'll do text and things of that nature, but I think that's about it for tonight. So go ahead and use the techniques that I've just showed you and use or make a container like I just showed you. It's a pretty simple way. We'll be getting into some more in-depth designs and things of that nature once we get more into this series. So hope you guys enjoyed video 1 of the Tinkercad tutorial series. Look forward to making more for you guys, and go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for us. We really do appreciate it. And share our videos. We appreciate that as well. And above all, let's go build stuff.